We have seen over the last 4 years, decade, 15 years, almost pick your time frame, much of the American right wing riddled with projection where they claim the left is doing that which they are actually doing. So one example is the right loves to say, we are for free speech, and the left is against free speech. And in reality, it's often the truth that the right is for free speech only in their very narrow view for as long as it's convenient to them, and then they are very quickly against it. They don't care about free speech once it's no longer convenient to them. Social media regulation is a great example of this. As soon as the lion's share of COVID disinformation is coming from the right, they're no longer okay letting Twitter or YouTube or Facebook decide what's okay on their platform. They want to mandate that these platforms allow COVID disinformation. Now, on the other side of that, they claim to be against business regulation. That's a principle. We are against regulating businesses until Twitter is banning the people they want to ban from Twitter. And all of a sudden they say, we need to regulate Twitter to force them to allow certain speech. You guys understand this concept. The principle is abandoned as soon as it's inconvenient. So along these lines, there's this topic of books and banning books. And they claim the left wants to ban books that are inconvenient to them. That being said, I've heard nothing about wanting to ban Bobby Kennedy Jr.'s anti-vaccine, anti-Dr. Fauci book, or whatever other book. What we want, and speaking for myself, I want to educate people so they never fall for buying these dumb books in the first place. But this is not about me, because now there's a rash of right-wingers wanting to ban, and in some cases succeeding at banning all sorts of books from all over the place, often under the guise of protecting kids. That's the explanation that they will often give. A few examples of this. A Tennessee school board has voted unanimously to ban the Pulitzer Prize winning book Mouse. This is about the Holocaust in cartoon form. Some of you emailed me about this. They want to ban it from their 8th grade curriculum. They say it has objectionable language and nudity, cartoon nudity, of course. And there's similar campaigns underway in all sorts of other districts in more than 30 states at this point. State Line has been investigating this, and they will often say these books are pornographic merely because they depict an LGBTQ experience, sometimes a black character with an LGBTQ experience. HuffPost now it's called, reports that in Texas, the Republican governor Greg Abbott is sort of taking advantage of this effort to pull, quote, pornographic or obscene books from school libraries after Republican Representative Matt Krause circulated a list of 800 books that he believes crosses the line. And the vast majority of these books were written by women or people of color or LGBTQ writers, according to the Dallas Morning News. So consider how many of their own supposed principles they are violating here. They are for free speech, but they've got a long list of books that they want to ban. They are for doing what's best for people, yet they're not letting education experts, the teachers, decide, is this book a good teaching tool for my students or not? They are deciding from above, the elected officials, that is. And the reasons that they give for banning most of these books should actually apply to the Bible. But of course, the Bible is always okay. Murder in the Bible, incest, genocide, sexual content, it's all in the Bible. But the Bible is beyond reproach. That's a sacred cow. So putting all of this aside, a great way to get kids interested in a lot of these books is to ban them. I'm against the book banning on principle, of course, but I also recognize that banning these books might get kids interested in the books as well. The urge to do something you're not supposed to do can sort of end up being like an adrenaline rush. But that being said, many of these books can easily be read online, but it is again an example of, it's really one of the major stories of conservatism. It's not even conservatism, of reactionary right thinking of the last era, of this era, which is nothing is more important than our principles. Of course, our principles are sacred until the outcome of those principles is inconvenient. When it comes to speech, when it comes to censorship, when it comes to regulation, when it comes to elections at the end of the day. And this is just the latest example. Let me know if this is going on in your state, in your locality. You can find me on Twitter at dpacman. One of our sponsors today is Blue Chew, a unique online service delivering the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis in a chewable form and at a fraction of the cost. And they're giving my audience an entire month's supply for free. So if you think you could benefit from an extra boost of confidence when it's time, all you have to do is take a short quiz on their website. A licensed doctor approves your prescription. The medication comes straight to your home within days in a discreet package. No driving around to the doctor's office or the pharmacy. No waiting around. No awkward conversations with your doctor. All of Blue Chew's tablets are made in the USA. The entire process is just a few clicks. Go to bluechew.com. The link is underneath this video. They'll give you an entire month's supply for free when you use the promo code PACMAN. All you have to do is pay $5 shipping.